Breda Carroll, 14th of August 19. The first thing to note, when I came today, nothing was labelled. All the pipes, pumps, pipe, gadgets, everything to do with the mechanical, nothing was labelled. Like that gauge, for instance, these domestic water pipes. So the first thing I did was I created this mechanical diagram, which I'll hold on for just a second to allow it to pause, and very briefly go through this, and then we'll relate this diagram to what's actually here. So this is the heat pump, this one here, and on the cold side of that we have the collector pump bringing in the water circulating from the outside. Before that, the filter there. Before that we have a sort of air vent slash valve, that one there. Before that we have the expansion vessel and pressure gauge, which are over here, and temperature gauge, but one of those doesn't work. That one there I took off because it doesn't work. So just pause a sec. And that's all on the flow side coming in. That's flowing in from the pipes in the manifold thing there, and then the return back out just goes on the other line. So the return back out to the collector side, the bottom there winds around and back out. On the hot side, we have the flow out at the top here through a filter. There's the filter, there's the F there. The gas boiler flow is connected in at that point. That's the filter coming out, and there's the connection from the gas boiler up there. There's a valve after that there, and then after the valve, it just flows into the bottom of the buffer tank, down that T-piece there, following let's see, that pipe at the bottom there, and into the buffer tank there. That's that point. It's teed off here. You can see that T-piece through a pump and into the coil of the hot water cylinder. So teed off through pump. There's an air vent on the way. So T-piece, pump, air vent, and into the top coil of the hot water cylinder, and then out. There's a non-return valve there as well. And then coming out the bottom of that, we have the coil return, which goes all the way over here and joins down there. Actually, it's this point here, comes out the bottom, and it's teed back to the heat pump, and it's also teed with the return from the house. So the return from the house is coming in that pipe there. There it's marked return now, and an air vent, and into that pump, which is one of two underfloor pumps. So that pump pumps from the underfloor. There it is there, pump 2. But also we have up here we have pump 4, also pumping out to the underfloor, which is that one up there, out of the buffer tank into the underfloor there. And the filler for the hot side is back there. It looks like it's left open constantly, and it's almost impossible to get at it. It should be moved as well. So that's the general gist of it. Serial buffer tank, flow from the heat pump out through serial buffer tank, pumped by pump 4 into the underfloor. There's a couple of bypass valves, a couple of loops constantly open in there. So anytime the heat pump is on, it'll be heating winter or summer. That's why the temperature probably needs to be turned down in summer. And to the open loops only, not the ones that are controlled by stats. And then the return back, and we have this pump assisting it as well. Pump, whatever it is, 2 or pump, I think I labeled it 2. Back to the buffer tank again. That's the general gist of the mechanical, and very briefly, we would recommend lots of changes, but primarily making this a parallel buffer tank, which would enable the connection of the gas boiler into it to be used as a backup in the event of the heat pump breaking down. So that's the mechanical setup. And the wiring actually is, we have pump 2 and pump 4, which the underfloor pumps into N05, which is correct. And we've checked both of those pumps and they're working. And we have N06, the hot water pump here is connected to N06 in the controller. That's all technical stuff, but that's it for now.